Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good day. So today, what we'll be covering is the Nebulon-B. So this is the gunship version, and we're going to be doing an all-about tour and explanation of the ship's systems. I know you guys have been waiting for an overview for a long time, condensed into a shorter video, so here it is. So right now, this version of the Nebulon-B has 15 turrets. All are controllable separately. They're all the turrets that was given to the community, so they are controllable by WSA&D and spacebar. Just very easy, very nice to maneuver, and yeah, so that's really awesome. And so we have 15 of those turrets, maxing out the weapon count on board the Nebulon-B. We also have the ISAN quad system, which keeps us in good check of everything. And aside from the other videos, the exterior hasn't really changed much. So aside from just general coverings and plating, this is what the Nebulon-B has looked like for a while, and most likely its exterior won't be changing in the near future. But so now we'll do the interior tour, and you are going to start noticing a lot of things that have changed. As soon as we walk in, you'll notice there's like a kind of hallway and upper area, and you just walk on in, and there's actually an interior now. So you're not seeing all of the the horrific plating and beams that are behind all of these walls, which is a really big bonus. And so you also noticed these. So on board this version of the Nebulon-B and our combat versions of the Nebulon-B, we have 12 cargo crates. So the reason these are here is because throughout the ship, so you'll notice them here, here, and all the way back there, there are resource bridges. So this allows a repair crew on board to be able to connect to those resource bridges and repair the ship from materials stored inside these cubes, which can be really helpful in the midst of a battle. And then also we have our radiators right here because we don't need external radiators at the moment. And then we'll just head to the back of the ship and then we'll go down a floor after that. And so as we head to the back of the ship, you'll notice we have above head lines. So the Nebulon-B has 3 sets of cables and 2 sets of propellant lines going to the back of the ship from the front. And this right here, these ones are the only ones that are meant to be repairable. So the other ones are beneath the floor, hidden away in various states of protectedness. So that way they're a little bit more protected. Now, if they get broken, it's harder to fix, but that's what these are for. And then so as we keep going back, you'll see this whole area has still remained unfurnished, and it's generally the same Nebulon-B you've always seen, with the exception of these that have been added. So our generators are actually in a new spot though. They used to be up here, and we have since moved them to right here. And then the 4 large propellant tanks on either side now have extra armoring in plenty of different places that really helps boost the survivability of this ship. Though if this ship were to be in combat, these would not be great, but that's because this ship is actually meant to go for longer distances. It's not the arena version that we use. I'll do a video on the arena version of the Nebulon-B later, detailing what I've done to make sure that it doesn't blow up as much as this will. And as well as that, you'll see there's just tons of armor. So in some places it's up to 60 centimeters thick. Right here it's just 36, but there's a lot of crazy armor spots that are just all around and covering so many different wacky places. And it just improves the durability for if we get shot, and it especially protects against a lucky shot kind of deal. So that way, less explosions, as you guys have probably seen if you're watching this video. So we'll go down a level, and here we are on the bridge. So the bridge has changed a little bit. We've got the glass all the way around for a great view, and we also have this pillar here for wiring. And there's a little bit of glass in the floor, but now that we've covered up the front, it's not as useful as it has been. But here you can see the ISAN system, and we also have the velocity add-on installed. And so we'll just go right back over here. So this system right here is connected to this, which I'm sure you've noticed. It looks like kind of like the Nebulon-B. So this is the damage system on board the ship. This tracks every single system on our ship that's actually important and will tell us if something is damaged. So for instance, I'll take out my cable tool, and so let's say we want to take out one of the turrets. So in the case a turret gets disconnected or anything gets disconnected or blown up, the system will recognize it. So that turret has been disconnected from the system. So what we'll do is we'll put this away, go back to the bridge, and you'll see it's lit up saying it's damaged. So that's a really big feature for the ship, and it goes for all of the main systems, including some of the secondaries, which is awesome. So then we'll head down another level. So this is our engineering deck. Right now, there's not much to do with it. It's largely unfurnished, and this would be a mission capable area. So this will be swapped out for different things as time goes on and needs arise. Since this is a gunship version, it's not really useful to have a good engineering deck because we can have everything on the bridge and it's fine. We do have backups down here for just about everything, but other than that, nothing too important. And then we have the YOLOL wall, which is all of our secondary systems. So generator scripts, ISAN, all of that stuff that isn't necessary to run the ship, but is useful. And then we'll head down to the bottom floor. So other than being plated, nothing much has happened down here. It's the same old generator room you've always known. And just, yeah, it's enclosed now, so it's much harder to hit. And a little fun fact about this, as it stands, this generator has never been blown up in combat, which was a little shocking to me, but was also very amazing. And so this generator is built 4 fuel rods, and then for each fuel rod, 3 generators. So we've got 12 generators. And then we have 2 of the pipe access points and 2 of the socket, as well as these enhancers for every single angle of this generator, which makes it pretty efficient. And so you may have noticed we have some weird lighting going on back here. So this was more of a joke when we kind of put it in, but this area used to be a hangar bay in the earlier versions of the Nebulon-B. But on a gunship version, to comply with various competitions we took this in, we couldn't have a ship in our hangar bay. So we took out the hangar bay and we put some armor around it to just cover it up, and it left this massive empty hole. And so we figured, what should we put back here? Well, we figured the best thing to put back here was a disco room. So now if to boost crew morale, or if we've just won a battle or anything, you can come back here, and we have our disco. We've got our disco floor and the quote-unquote DJ booth right here. But so this was just a fun feature that it's kind of like, why not to have on your ship? And you know, nobody really raises a fuss about it. It's a nice little thing. But so yeah, that really covers the Nebulon-B. So a lot of the improvements have been the systems, as you saw, the damage detection, that was a big one, as well as putting on all of the turrets on board. That was a really big thing, a really big step that we didn't really get on camera. And then just plating it in general, because the look of the Nebulon has severely changed since you all have last seen it in an actual build video. So it's honestly amazing to see how much this has progressed and to know that we are going to be making more versions of the Nebulon-B. So that really concludes the, I want to say, kind of the overview of the gunship version of the Nebulon-B. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.